Well, I'm out in the trailer this morning. Was it this afternoon? Don't know what time it is. I slept. I ain't gonna lie. I work nights, so I'll sleep all day. No, actually I don't. Wife wakes me up. Get up, get up. We got things to do. Well, I talked about yesterday going to Cobras and trying to fix my tire game or improve my tire game. And here's the hot box. Roller slash hot box or whatever. It's just an old truck box, and I'll turn you around in a minute and show you actually what it is. But it works pretty good. It's big, takes up a lot of room. That's the only downfall. And I'm thinking about maybe trying to cut it down, make it smaller, or take all the internals out and put it in something else and make it smaller. But it works great for the amount of money that's probably in it. So I paid $250, I think. I think I paid $250 for this and a clutch. And it works great. It just went through a heat cycle. It's got a temperature controller, which I'll show you on it. I had it sit for 110. It heated up to 110, kicked off, and looked over there, and the temperature in the box is actually right around 114. So I don't know what it is now. I'd have to look. Well, when I flip you around, we'll look and see what it is. It should get ready to cycle back on. But what is cool about it, it has a temperature control, so you can set it at a certain temperature to come on and off. And I think most regular heat boxes do the same. But let me turn you around here and we'll talk about it. As you can see, just a regular truck box. You got to open it up. Look. But there's the full set, and they're rolling. We got 2.5 more days. We're rolling for, since I've never done this prep that's in there right now, I've never done it before, so I'm not sure how long it's going to soak in. It's not as much as I normally put in, but it's not the same as what I normally put in. So don't ask me what it is. I'm not going to tell you, because I don't want somebody to try the same thing I'm doing and it ruins the tires and they're mad. Now if it turns out to be worthwhile and it works, then I might tell you. But I'll make sure I thought the light was on for a minute. But basically I don't know if it's just 2 old pipes down there with go-kart bearings with some homemade bracket here that holds the right there. It just kicked on, so I can't tell you what it was at, but it dropped down to 109 and came back on. And here's the temperature controller, the motor that's over there. You got the switch that can turn the heat gun on and off, or the roller on and off, and leave the heat gun on. And then the heat gun, not sure where it's from, but that thing gets hot. Let me close it back up. That's for the build-up heat. Oh, I didn't build the box, but you can see where they had drilled holes in it. There's holes all the way down that pipe that connects to the heat gun over here. And it got forced all the way down to here, and it would heat up this end tire like super hot. Like it's still hotter probably than the normal one, the rest of them, but it would get hot. Like I couldn't even put my hand on it. It's cooled down a lot. So I put the aluminum foil on it to try to force the air down, so it would have to come back. I might end up taking this piece off, because right now these still feel cooler than this one. But this tire down here on the end would get super hot, and then I'm sure it's just because of the way the heat gun blew the air all the way down there first and then try to work its way back. I might actually try to put some hose clamps around a couple of those holes on the end to block the heat and try to spread it out as it comes back. But other than that, it works pretty good. It gets hot. It's heating up this trailer pretty good in here after, this is the 3rd heat cycle. I got the windows open in here. But that's what I'm doing this morning before work. I need to go out and get some other stuff. I bought some stuff. Yeah, nice hair. I bought some stuff to help improve the trailer when I get it. I'm going to try to have less junk in there as I did before with the other one, and try to be more organized than what we were on the last one. try to get it to where when we leave the track, we organize before we even leave the track. So when I get home, I'll pull out go-karts, wash them, scoop the floor out, and then wipe down some counters or whatever, and make sure that it's less work at home than it was on the last trailer. But I would show you the floor of this one. And, oh, I mean, there's the top of the. I mean, it's so tight in here. And most of my stuff's in the house garage. Got to kick the wife's car out. But this is my update for today on the tires. I'd have to look at my book and see when we started rolling them last night. But pretty much around 12 hours so far. But they've been rolling, and then I turn the heat on today, and I'll heat them for 12 hours. And right before I go to work, or I'll have Luca come out and turn the gun off later and let them roll another 12 hours without heat. I don't know if this is helping. This is going to be my technique, and I'll make sure I write it all down and say, hey, these tires were fast. My next, see, it just kicked off. It went through its heat cycle, or going through the heat cycle right now. I got 2 more sets coming, and then I'll do those differently. Obviously, you know, everybody, you know, when you're trying to learn, you do stuff differently to compare to how they work. So once we come out, after 12 hours of rolling, the durometer hasn't dropped, and that's what I was hoping. But you know, we still got, this is going to be the first heat cycle, so maybe the prep will pull through. I don't know, and they might get softer. But right now, the durometer, that's what it's called, durometer, tire durometer, the punch, what everybody calls punch, has not changed in the first 12 hours of rolling. Now, I haven't really done experiment with tires this much, so I don't know what the average is before, but when I used the other stuff on Maxes, if it was in 12 hours, you could tell that the prep was working from the inside and lowered the punch a little bit. But honestly, I don't know. So I'm going to try to, every 12 hours, give y'all an update on how it's going and what they're doing compared. Well, I can't compare them. I mean, I got a set of Maxes in here that we raced up at, well, we didn't race, I practiced on them up at Rebel Speedway, and after we made some kart adjustments and changed the tires and Maxes, and yeah, I got faster, I'm not gonna lie, but there's a difference between having fun and the amount of money and winning. And if I get into racing myself, where I like to race a lot and I want to win, I might go back to Maxes. I don't know, maybe I'd figure out the Cobras, who knows. You know, I think the Cobras and other tires, and the fact that, you know, well, I'll save this rant for another video. But that's what I'm doing right now. That's my hot box tire roller, all in one. Very rarely do I use the hot box. We use it in the wintertime in the other trailer. It keep you warm. If you stayed within a certain distance of it, it wouldn't heat up the whole trailer, but you could tell that it was in there. And but get out of here, and I'll talk to you guys later in the next update.